When we talk about dealing with difficult relationships, we spend so much time on strategies and scripts for handling other people. But what if the final, most important piece of that whole puzzle isn't about them at all? Today, we're talking about the one internal shift that makes everything else actually finally work.
And this, right here, is what it all boils down to. All those clever strategies for the outside world, they don't mean a whole lot if your inner world is just pure chaos. The biggest, most lasting changes, they always start on the inside.
So why do I keep calling this the most important piece? Well, think about it. Every tool we've ever talked about, every boundary, every script, it needs this foundation to even work. Without it, we're just running around patching flat tires. With it, we finally learn how to steer for ourselves.
Let's just be real for a second. The toughest, most relentless critic most of us will ever face isn't a difficult boss, or a family member, or a partner. Nope. It's that voice inside our own heads. And that's the voice we have to get to know first.
Okay, so this inner critic, what even is it? It is so important to understand that this thing is not your enemy. It's actually an old kind of outdated piece of survival software. Seriously, it's a tool you built probably a long time ago to protect yourself. And now, it's just long overdue for a gentle retirement.
I mean, think about the logic here from a kid's perspective. It's actually brilliant. Hey, if I beat myself up first, if I criticize myself before they can, then their words won't hurt as much. It's a shield. But when that same program is left running on autopilot for decades, well, for the adult you are today, it is just utterly exhausting.
And this leads us to this idea of radical self-love. And look, I know that term can sometimes carry some cheesy, eye-roll-inducing baggage, but let's strip that away. This is not about chanting affirmations into a mirror. It's a practical, disciplined action. You stop treating yourself like a broken project that needs to be constantly fixed, and you start treating yourself like a human being who deserves care. That's it. That is the entire practice. So what does this actually sound like when you're having a tough time? When you mess up and you feel that old familiar shame creeping in, this is the voice you practice. This is your adult brain speaking to your younger self, offering patience instead of criticism. It's saying, hey, it's okay, I've got the handlebars. We're just learning here.
The shoulds. We all know these, don't we? I should be further along. I should have this figured out. These phrases, they are little weapons of shame, and man, they feel so true in the moment. But here's the secret. They are not your truth. They are inherited scripts. They're someone else's timeline, someone else's expectations that you've been carrying. Your journey does not have a deadline.
This is such a powerful way to reframe it. Getting to this work at 28 or 58 or 78 doesn't mean you're late. It actually means you are better equipped. You have a lifetime of wisdom that your younger self just didn't have. You are not catching up. You are finally taking the handlebars.
All right, so we've talked a lot about the why. Now let's get into the how. We're going to build a really practical 30-day plan to create a new, much quieter autopilot for your brain. But first, a quick reality check. Years and years of running on this high-alert, high-pressure autopilot won't just vanish overnight. You are going to feel shaky sometimes. You might even go back to old reactions. This is not failure. I repeat, this is not failure. You are literally, physically laying down new roads, new neural pathways in your brain. It's biology, not a moral failing. Okay, this right here is your most important tool for the next month. When you feel that spike, that jolt of anxiety or anger or shame, you've got about 3 seconds before the stress chemical cortisol floods your system. In that tiny window, your only job is to hit the brakes. Don't try to solve the problem. Don't analyze it. Just stop the flood. Pick one tool from this list and just do it. That's the whole job. And, underneath all this mental work, there are the non-negotiables. These are not suggestions or nice-to-haves. They are the biological floor that all of your neurological work is built on. Without these, you're trying to build a house on sand. You have to prioritize them.
So let's talk about the moment we all dread, the setback. Because look, it's going to happen. You will wobble. And knowing how to handle it without shame is absolutely crucial to this whole process. Wobbling isn't failure. It's just part of learning to ride the bike.
So what's the game plan? What do you do when you find yourself reacting in that old way, and that familiar wave of disappointment just washes over you?
Here it is. This is your protocol. Job number 1, stop the shame spiral. That's first. Then, just notice what happened, give your body a full 24 hours to biologically reset, and then you just begin again.
Restarting is not a penalty, it's just you grabbing the handlebars and continuing the ride.
And this is the new story you tell yourself. See how it reframes everything? It's not, ugh, I failed. It's, my old programming got scared and made a grab for the handlebars. But you know what? I'm the one in charge here. This reinforces your own power, even in a tough moment.
Okay, let's shift gears and talk about progress, because healing is often quiet. You're not necessarily going to wake up one day and feel cured. The changes are so subtle, and if you don't know what you're looking for, you might miss them completely.
These are the real signs that your new autopilot is taking hold. It's the small stuff. It's realizing your breath is steady during a tense conversation. It's feeling curious about someone's bad behavior instead of feeling threatened by it. It's saying no, and noticing the guilt just fades away faster. You stop replaying old conversations in your head. You start to see difficult people as wounded, not powerful. You catch those negative thought loops before they even start. These are the victories.
And then this happens. The noise inside just gets quieter. That constant state of being on high alert, it starts to fade. And you have this moment where you realize you're not just reacting to life anymore. You're actually making choices. You're steering.
But this one, this is the one that will take your breath away. For so many of us, for so long, the future can feel like something you just have to brace for. When the noise in your head finally quiets down enough that you start to plan and to dream and to look forward to your own life with genuine hope instead of dread, that is the ultimate sign that you are truly steering.
So as we wrap this up, I really want to leave you with this one thought. For way too long, a lot of us have been passengers in our own lives, just letting other people's dramas and those old inherited scripts do all the driving.
And that's really the final takeaway. Taking the handlebars back isn't about getting to some perfect, healed destination. It is all about a fundamental shift in how you move through your own life. It's about knowing, deep down in your bones, that you are the one steering. And that, right there, that's the whole journey.